What's good, y'all? I am back. Guess what? A reaction video? I don't know. I just beat Zelda Twilight Princess on stream. I stream on YouTube and Twitch. Same thing, code sounds, blah, 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 blah. Y'all ain't hear about that. But after I beat a game, I do this a lot every now and then, especially games I really enjoy. I like to watch, I guess, lore videos or something like that. I like watching random videos. I think I do it a lot with Silent Hill. I know a lot about Resident Evil since I played Resident Evil my whole life. Technically, so I don't need to watch none of that. I like watching like the unsolved mysteries type of stuff. I don't know, lore, I guess you could say. But top 5 underused Legend of Zelda items. Like I said, I just beat Twilight Princess. And some of the streams I complain about, this is the only weapon you use in its only dungeon. Well, 2.5 dungeon spoilers. But that game been out for like almost over 15 years ago, so who cares? But yeah, Twilight Princess, 5 unused items, blah blah blah. Let's see what it's gonna be about, and that is loud.
Link's arsenal of tools is iconic.
I guess you go fools.
He's a one-man army, a warrior with inexplicably bottomless pockets in which he stores anything from bows to...
Video games do that a lot. Resident Evil is like one of the games that do that too. Like you have a big ass bazooka, but a little suitcase. I mean, you know what?
Bombs, hammers to hook shots, even iron boots, suits of armor,
Pegasus boots,
spare swords, ladders, and rafts. Throughout the series,
see, I don't remember the ladder.
Links have obtained a monumental amount of different items during their adventures. Of course, there are the classics, the trademark tools that Link acquires in nearly every game, but there's also a slew of stranger tools. Masks which can transform him into different races, arcane armor that...
That's actually the next game I need to play. And another thing about this. Apparently, I didn't run through none of the side... Well, I did some of the side quests. It was my first time playing Zelda Twilight Princess, and apparently there was another suit that
defends him at the cost of rupees.
See, there you go.
Remote-controlled mechanical beetles.
A suit, rupee suit or something.
Breath of the Wild's paraglider, for example, completely changes how the game is played after it is given to Link by King Rome. It instantly becomes one of the main methods of travel for the rest of the game. However, not every
I need to play Breath of the Wild again.
Implemented as fully into the game as the paraglider. Many incredibly cool items are only used once, used to solve one particular puzzle, complete one dungeon, or kill
I need to play
the
Link to the Past again too.
About for the rest of the game. So today, let's run through some great.
I probably beat Link to the Past so many times. It's actually one of the first Zelda games I had on the Game Boy Advance.
Implemented to the extent they could be, or just aren't as useful as you'd expect.
Pegasus
Subscribe
boots.
if you haven't already for more Zelda content, and let's look at Zelda's underused items.
I already know what's gonna be in it because I complained a lot about some of these items. I know I probably won't see again. Hell, the thumbnail, the video, there you go. You gonna talk about it.
Twilight Princess's Arbiter's Grounds is among the most sinister dungeons in the series.
I actually like that dungeon.
Execution facility, now abandoned, found deep in the forgotten sands of the Gerudo Desert.
Yeah, a little too big right now.
By an army of the undead, Stelphos, Gibdos, Pose, Bubbles, and of course, the blood-curdling Death Sword and the colossal Stalord. However, the dungeon's main item doesn't follow this trend. Instead, the Arbiter's Ground gives us one of the coolest items in the series, a spinning top which Link can ride like a skateboard. On top of this device, Link can grind through the empty halls of the ancient prison, leaping from wall to wall, riding along railings cut into the stone. However, as cool as riding a giant Beyblade is, the spinner suffers the same...
Funny. I don't think I uploaded the video. I think my first saw, I said, wait, I got a Beyblade? I don't know. I gotta find that video. I gotta cut that up and upload it. That shit was kind of funny. I need to upload a playthrough. Should I upload a playthrough on the channel? I don't think people watch playthroughs like that no more. That's why I just stream it. I hate that puzzle.
The spinner just isn't very useful, and the niche situations which require it are few and far between. The spinner could be used nearly anywhere, but without slotting into rails, it'll run out of momentum pretty quickly. I'd have loved for it to function as a different mode.
I feel like that would have worked perfect in this part.
Like sand or snow, or for there to be more rails hidden in the overworld. But as it is, the spinner is only useful in a handful of situations, and outside of these specific scenarios isn't worth using, despite how cool the idea is.
Majora's Mask.
Majority
I thought I should watch this because I never played Majora's Mask. I got Majora's Mask, but I never even started playing it. Because people actually told me to play the N64 version, then play the 3DS version. I don't know. I got the 3DS version, which is somewhere that I gotta find. I feel like I'm spoiling myself not watching this.
The most iconic, versatile items in the series, especially those which cause Link
But of course, I know about the DD mask.
to transform. Over the course of the game, Link takes the form of a Deku, a Zora, a Goron, and even a mysterious warrior god, all through the use of masks.
This should be utilized more in future Zelda games. I don't know why. Besides skins, and I think the Hyrule Warriors game.
But there's an often overlooked
I
fifth
think-
transformation mask, the Giant's Mask. How Link obtains the Giant's Mask depends on the version of the game. In the original, it's found in a chest in the Stone Tower Temple after defeating an Igor. Its description noting that it contains the might of a giant, but is there anywhere that you can use it? The mask can only be used in one area in the game, the desert in which the dungeon's boss fight takes place. The Stone Tower Temple has two bosses, the gargantuan Twin Mold, a pair of colossal sandworms fought in a strange desert littered with ruins. It's possible to beat Twin Mold without the giant's mask, but if Link chooses to, he can wield the mask's power and transform into a titan. In this massive form, Twin Molds are incredibly easy. A few strikes from Link's gigantic sword will fell each worm.
Okay, so I'm learning something. But yeah, I guess I'm trying to get the N64 version. I think it's on the Switch online shop. If not, I could just emulate it. But if the frames are good. But yeah, I never played Majora's Mask. I actually do plan on playing this
In
game.
the 3DS remake, however, the fight works slightly differently.
Yeah.
Link must slay the blue worm at his regular size before he is given the mask. The mask's powers are different
Wait,
too.
what?
Instead of simply increasing Link's size, the mask now turns Link into an absolute beast.
Damn!
He fights with his bare fists, smashing and pounding anything in his path. This turns one of the easiest boss fights from the original into a pretty tedious battle, but it does make you appreciate just how powerful this mask is.
So I might have to play both versions then.
The blue Twin Mold absolutely dwarfs Link, but after donning the mask, the red Twin Mold is minuscule in comparison.
Alright, Mario.
The hero can swing the insect around with ease
I'll
and
take that
slam
back.
it into the sand, or crush its head in a brutal-looking chokehold.
What the f?
Despite what you think of the Twin Mold boss fight, it's impossible to argue against the Giant's Mask being one of the coolest items in the Zelda series.
God damn, that's kind of tight. I ain't gonna lie to you. He better do it a goddamn headlock.
Normal size first, donning the mask and scaling up to a titanic size before pummeling the second worm into the desert with your bare hands is one of my favorite moments in the game. So
Should I play the 3DS version first, then play the N64? I guess I'm gonna have to play both versions. I guess I want to play the N64 version of this first. I'm pretty sure there's some people was telling me that Majora's Mask is a darker tone Zelda game, so I wouldn't be surprised knowing Nintendo they probably cut a lot of that darker, edgy stuff out of the 3DS version. Which I got the game. I have to go find it. Give me 1 second. Give me BRB. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I have the 3DS version of the game. I never played it. I just bought it more as a collector. I'm trying to collect all the Zelda games on 3DS. Pretty much. The physical copies of it. Because I think the 3DS is going to be one of those valuable assets that's going to... Well, not a tip. Well, hell, you see it with the Game Boy Advance Pokemon games down there at $70. Which I'm mad because I lost my Pokemon games I had when I was younger. I had Pokemon Crystal when I was younger. Pokemon Emerald, which I lost. I lost a lot of stuff, mainly because of fire and BS. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll play the N64 version. And I'll play this version.
Mask is limited to this desert and this boss fight. It's never used again. Its background and story are never explored.
Unless there's a way.
Used to
Unless there's a way I could find a way. I think HDMI is a way I could record videos through my 3DS. Which apparently there is a way, but you gotta get it shipped out or something like that.
Twin Mold. I understand why.
If I just
allowing
emulate
it
it.
to grow to a monstrous size anywhere the player chooses would break the game, but I'd have loved more instances where this mask was required.
Yeah, I feel like that would have worked in the open world, and I'm so tired of these goddamn. But yeah, I am definitely intrigued, and let's skip that. So I'm getting up. Hit with a second ad. Mirror Shield, Medicine Cap. I played that.
Mirror Shield was first introduced in A Link to the Past.
I actually had Medicine Cap too.
Oversized golden shield which can protect Link from energy beams and magical attacks. Despite its name, the Mirror Shield doesn't actually reflect anything, and this is true for its follow-up appearance in Link's Awakening too. It wasn't until its 3D debut in Ocarina of Time that the Mirror Shield actually got its signature ability, able to reflect light and some magical attacks like those of Twin Rover.
Yeah, I need to play Ocarina of Time again too.
Where it can reflect light, the Oracle games where it functions just like it did in A Link to the Past, and finally, the Wind Waker. However, the Shield's latest appearance in the series was actually after the Wind Waker in the Minish Cap, sharing the same blue and silver design. The Mirror Shield can be obtained by letting Big Goron, found atop
one of the nicest looking handheld Zelda games on Game Boy.
Vale Falls, eat your current shield. After a little while of the massive Goron chewing on it, it'll magically change shape, becoming the Mirror Shield. Unlike previous iterations of the Mirror Shield in 2D games, the Minish Cap's take on this iconic item isn't just a shield able to defend against energy attacks, it'll actually bounce back any projectile thrown at it.
What the hell? You got a beam?
Energy. This is by far the best Mirror Shield in a 2D Zelda,
That is
and it's
OP.
one of the most powerful shields in the series. However, there's a catch. It's only obtainable after you've beaten the game.
Oh, what the
After
hell?
Link has defeated Vati. If Link talks to Big Goron before this, the Smith will ask that he return after.
Yeah, I only beat this game once, so I can't be
Of
mad.
course, the Mirror Shield and the Minish.
I do remember I was stuck at some type of. It was a hard. It wasn't a puzzle.
The game's main items, but I'd have loved it to have been. Except for this, we've never.
Talking about a game that should get a 3D remake. Oh, God damn, Nintendo be dropping the balls.
Had a full reflective mirror shield in a 2D game, and if it was the central item of a dungeon, I'd have loved to see how puzzles where Link.
Well, I say
light
3D
were
remake,
handled
but
in
you know what I
2D.
mean.
Even though by the time it's obtained it's nearly useless, as the game's already been completed, it's one of my favourite items in the Minish Cap, and I wish it had been explored more and was integrated into the game fully.
Wolf Link, Breath of the
Breath of the Wild is by far the largest scale Zelda game to date, and as a result is absolutely bursting with countless different
Actually beat this
weapons,
game.
armor, materials, and tools. Of course, having such a massive amount of different items
kinda wanna
obviously
play
means
through
that
the,
some are less useful.
I do want to play through the Master Quest, since I do got the DLC and stuff. I am planning on playing this game again, but I don't want to play in 30 frames. That's the issue.
Than others. A Bokoblin arm is obviously less useful than a royal broadsword, for instance. But this isn't what I mean by underused. The weapons serve their purpose as
Parry.
weapons. Some are weaker, some are stronger.
That's the only thing I don't like either.
Instead, by
Everything gets
underused,
destroyed.
I mean items which I feel had potential to be used more in the game.
I hope they fix
Of
that.
these, there's one that stands out to me in particular, Wolf Link.
Wait, what?
Wolf Link, of course, isn't really an item. He acts as a companion to Link on his adventures through the wilderness.
I heard about this.
But he's summoned via the amiibo rune on the Sheikah Summit.
Bullshit!
He's not organically met in-game and isn't featured in the game's story.
You gotta buy
for
that
purposes of this
amiibo
list, I'll make
BS.
an exception and include him here. Because this idea had so much potential. Concept artwork found in Creating a Champion shows us that Link
I'm
having
mad.
a wolf companion was an early idea for the game.
That is kind of, that'll be kind of tight.
Navigator dog who will follow Link, fight for him, and even communicate.
You see,
This
that
idea
makes
eventually
sense.
transformed into the Wolf Link amiibo rune, where
Just because the Zelda, like I said, I actually enjoyed Breath of the Wild. I beat the damn game. It was like one of those games I was playing on my own time, just chilling on my couch, laying back, playing it. Not doing no recording or streaming. Even though I should have streamed it, but who knows. But yeah, like the game was really quiet, and just cause it's not really that much voice acting in this damn game, I'm surprised it wasn't like no type of Navi or Minda or that mission cap dude. Side companion. I thought they should get at least like a dog or something.
where scanning the amiibo will summon the
Oh,
hero
Zelda
princess.
voice.
Wolf Link will follow you and will attack enemies or animals nearby. Having Wolf Link around means that it's easy to stock up on food, as he'll constantly be running off and killing animals for meat, but he isn't hugely useful in combat against any of the game's stronger enemies. Having Link accompanied by a wolf is a brilliant idea, one that would fit Breath of the Wild's world perfectly, and was obviously planned from early on in development.
I hope they put in a part 2, Breath of the Wild 2.
Wolf Link is little more than a gimmick. The only control the player has over the wolf is commanding him to stay or to follow, and outside of attacking nearby creatures, he does nothing else.
Okay.
Of course, due to Wolf Link's status as an amiibo-locked feature, it makes sense for him to not be particularly extensive. But if he wasn't only a cool amiibo unlock, but an actual feature in the main game, there'd be so much potential. Perhaps his wolf senses could allow him to locate nearby materials or dig for buried treasure. Wolf Link was promoted heavily before Breath of the Wild's launch, and as is, he's a really cool feature, but he could have been a lot more. Wandering the forgotten ruins of Hyrule feels less lonely with an animal companion at your side, and I'd have loved for this feature to have gotten more attention, rather than being a simple amiibo bonus.
I hope they add more, like, goddamn more cities in Breath of the Wild 2. Like more towns. They could just, like, goddamn, I guess, explore. I don't know, the game is good, but it's like, it felt too quiet.
Ancient age, forgotten by all but the oldest history books, the royal family of Hyrule made contact with a strange, otherworldly people, the Oka. This mysterious group gifted the Hylians a sacred staff.
The goddamn Dominion ride.
Carried by the one known as the Messenger to the Heavens.
I hated that side quest. Goddamn, I really hated it.
This staff, known as the Dominion Rod, is built up throughout Twilight Princess as a powerful, ancient relic, a holy scepter from a more enlightened age. It's of course the central item of this temple, Twilight Princess's 6th dungeon, guarded by a Dark Nut. Its main use is to animate certain statues. By throwing a small orb of green energy, the rod makes its target copy Link's movements, either just hopping around after him, or, if the statue is able, copying his swings with the staff. It's essentially the command melody from the Wind Waker, the song which allows Link to take control of statues, or even other people, such as Medley and Makar.
I remember
while the
this.
command melody switches the player's perspective to that of what's being controlled, freezing Link in place, the Dominion Rod just has its target mirror Link, who has to escort the statues everywhere. It's even used in the dungeon's boss battle against Armagoma, but only in a small way. If the spider is brought down near the edge of the chamber, Link can command a giant statue to hammer down with its fist on the creature's exposed underside. Outside of the Temple of Time, in the current age, the staff is lifeless. It can't be used at all.
Yeah, do that big ass.
The old Sheikah woman in the hidden village
big ass fetch
the rod in
quest.
Link's possession and recognizes him as the messenger to the heavens, giving him the ancient sky book which had been passed down through countless generations. The writings in this book are able to restore power to the Dominion Rod, allowing Link to use it outside of the Temple
big ass
of Time.
goddamn fetch quest.
Life has returned to the sacred staff of the messenger to the heavens. But even now that this tool, this device once used to make contact with the denizens of the skies, has been restored, its uses as an item are still so underwhelming. It's used just like it is in the Temple of Time, like the Wind Waker's command melody, to animate statues and have them hop around, copying Link's movements. It's used on various owl statues in the overworld, each hiding a sky character, and when they've all been found, the lock on the owl statue beneath Kakariko Village is removed, allowing access to the sky cannon. Despite the Dominion Rod's importance in the story, the item itself is one of the most underwhelming in the series. Controlling statues or other characters is a great mechanic, which can be the groundwork for some brilliant puzzles as we've seen in the Wind Waker. But the rod just never seems to get a chance to shine.
I might even play Wind Waker again.
In a very limited number of scenarios, controlling 4 different types of statues. Even its most important use in the story, gaining access to the city in the sky, is repetitive and bland. Moving some statues so that Link can read the letters underneath them.
Drop
It's
the
used
whole
to unlock a
goddamn
secret in Hyrule Castle too, allowing access to a storeroom filled with treasure. But even this is nothing more than moving 2 owl statues to create platforms for Link. For an item that's implied to be as important and as revered as the Dominion Rod, I'd have loved to see some more use.
I actually agree.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, that was it. God damn
If
it.
you liked it, leave a like or subscribe if you haven't.
It's funny. They're talking about half the, well, 2 other items was in Twilight Princess, but this goddamn Wolf Link. This one's kind of pissing me off. Like, wait, it makes so much sense to have a wolf or somebody, a companion. Hope they fixed that, man. No Nintendo. They probably didn't fix it in Breath of the Wild too. Hope you like a flying bird or well, not a flying bird. He gonna use the goddamn the aircraft. Forgot what it's called again. But yeah, how okay. Wolf Link or some type of companion makes kind of sense. Makes a little sense. But like I said, the game's still good. I actually enjoyed it. But Majora's Mask is definitely probably gonna have to play the N64 version first before I dab into the 3DS version. I know they changed some stuff from what I was told. I guess. I don't know. But anyway, y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I actually enjoyed this video. I might end up watching more of these videos. So, peace.